Welcome to Magic in the Middle. I'm Sarah Adams Mar-Dumont. This is a space to pause, to find clarity, and explore where science and spirituality meet so life feels lighter and more aligned and you're thriving. Episodes drop every Monday. I invite you to take this journey with me to discover the magic in the middle. Hello, I'm so happy to have you here. And thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. I am truly grateful for everyone who listens, everyone who shares. And to me, I feel like this is really important information. This is like how to operate your brain and your mind and your body for healing or for creating the life that you want or just for being happy. I mean, that's a very important thing, I think. I like being happy. And that has been my question to myself really my whole life. How may I be happier? So that's why I talk about the things I talk about. Because the happiness is there. It's there. It's within us. It's everywhere. If we want to choose it. And there are physical things that are important for us to do. To me, I'm very spiritual. I'm going to talk about an author, though, in this podcast who was not. He was an atheist. He was a doctor. A great mind. But I'm very spiritual, so I believe there is greatness outside of us. And not to say that he didn't. I think he believed there was something outside of him. But he was a self-proclaimed atheist. So for me, the magic in the middle is where spirituality meets science. So we're going to talk quite a bit about science. I read Dr. James R. Doty's amazing book, Mind Magic. It's absolutely incredible, and he narrates it, and he's such a great narrator. It's the neuroscience of manifestation and how it changes everything. And just his backstory of growing up and how difficult it was and growing up poor and feeling neglected and how he changed his life is, he's proof of what we talk about here on the Magic in the Middle. So last episode, I talked about the pause. If you listen to it, you might remember I said, shh, do you hear it? Can you hear it? What is that it? What are we listening for? And why is the pause so important? I've been talking about this with my Qigong group as I'm leading Qigong. Being able to take that time and pause our minds, slowing down like Qigong is about slow, deliberate movements. Not fast, but slow, because it slows the body down. It slows the nervous system down. It slows the brain down. We live in a very, very fast-paced world. The energy right now is just so fast and chaotic and frantic, and our minds are all over the place. Our attention is hijacked by the modern world. The average American spends 91 waking days per year on their phone. Doing what? Constant stimulation keeps our nervous system locked in fight or flight. So that's the sympathetic mode. In that state, attention scatters, perspective narrows. The central executive nervous system, the CEN, goes dark. So the central executive nervous system, This is like your CEO. It handles the focused thinking, decision making, creative problem solving, compassion, wisdom. It is the part of you that can choose, create, and envision. And when you're stressed, the CEN, the Central Executive Network, goes offline. So when you pause the breath, when you pause your body, when you pause, like right now, just pause, the CEN comes back online. The pause literally returns you to your own leadership. So when I'm talking about pausing, I'm not just saying it because it's like the thing to say, because mindfulness says to pause and Qigong says to pause, and it's really cool now because everything's going so fast. I'm saying it because it has a real, true scientific effect. You know, when the CEN is offline, we're missing opportunities because we just don't see them. We make fear-based decisions. We live on autopilot. I mean, think about when everything's moving so quickly and you have so many things on the to-do list, you're just going through autopilot. Plus your brain just cycles through the same thing and the same thoughts all the time, over and over and over. And then here we are in Groundhog Day, right? But we may choose to live differently and to get off that treadmill. So the default mode network, your inner narrator, this is the part of the brain, the active brain, when you are not focused and it's just spinning, 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 spinning. And for me, I've just noticed I just feel so much tension and stress. It just keeps spinning, 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 going, going, going. This is what I love about Qigong. You slow down the body, you slow down the movements, you come to this present moment, or meditation, whatever it is for you, yoga. And you're pausing, you're quieting around you, you're quieting your space, you're quieting your energy. So the default mode network is the home of mind wandering, the inner critic, that litigator that litigates against you over and over and over. It pulls up the past, it pulls up those old stories, those old fears, and it just starts poking you and poking you and poking you. Do you know what I'm talking about? And it's just, things were going so great and so smoothly and so wonderfully, and then all of a sudden, poke, 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 poke. This inner critic is just beating you down, litigating against you. Old fears start coming up out of nowhere. Like this memory comes up and you're like, what? I haven't thought about that in years. What is that for? So without a pause to interrupt it, we loop the same narrative on repeat over and over and over. We're basically living in these old stories, living in the past, living in the inner critic. The mind is ticking over and over and over again. It's actually exhausting, and it is making us tired. I hear people all the time saying, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. You know, taking these pauses will help bring the energy back. So when you're stressed, the default mode network hijacks the CEN, your executive network, and it floods it with self-doubt and anxiety. The pause interrupts the loop. And I've been, doing this more and more, actually, just stopping my day. I used to really be on this treadmill and let it run me instead of me running the treadmill. And I would just say, no, I have to go, go, go. I can't stop. I can't take a break. And I was running from fear because I was not in charge. I was not being the CEO of my mind, of my life. I was letting it run me. So the science of the pause, when you pause and breathe, your parasympathetic nervous system activates. So what happens in your body and your brain is your heart rate slows, muscles release tension, the prefrontal cortex, this is your CEO, comes back online. Creativity, compassion, and clarity return. And your intentions can finally take root. And this is not metaphor. This is measurable biology. This is science that we're talking about here. So if you do Qigong or if you meditate, even for 5 or 10 minutes, just notice. Notice if you begin to have a solution to a problem and you're like, oh my gosh, that's been there all the time. That was so easy. Why didn't I think about that before? Because you were clouded by, that treadmill. Or creativity, like a creative idea comes to you. Or you feel compassion, not only for yourself, but maybe for another. And you can step in someone's shoes and maybe see their side. So science now knows that the brain can be remapped. So there's science called neuroplasticity. And with neuroplasticity and the pause, this can rewire your mind. This is very, very exciting. This is a very exciting thing. Science used to think that the brain, the way it was just the way it was. So you just made decisions and did the things you do, and you could never ever change it. But now through the science of neuroplasticity, we know that we can rewire and remap the brain. And we hear Dr. Joe Dispenza talking about this all the time. And Dr. Doty, James Doty, who I'm talking about right now, he was a brain surgeon. That's what he talks about, is remapping the brain. We can remap the brain, and I have experienced this myself. I used to be so depressed and negative and self-loathing. I felt small, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that I was remapping my brain, but I just started to jump in and interrupt those old patterns, those old voices. And I still do it. The thing is it's really important to pay attention. And this is the other reason why pausing, taking that pause and stopping, that could just be sitting outside in the garden. That could be doing slow yoga or beautiful Qigong practice, a meditation, a breathing exercise, which I'll talk about later. And stopping and cutting off those thoughts and then flipping them. Louise Hay even talks about this. If you have that inner critic starts coming back up, or those past memories, or that inner critic starts litigating, you have to notice it first. You have to be paying attention. So you want your CEO online. This is why meditation and slowing down and pausing are so important. We bring the CEO online. It says, oh, aha. Okay, we'll not be litigating today. Today, instead, we're going to say, I love you, Sarah Adams Mardemal. I wonder why life is always supporting me. I wonder why everything is always working out for me. I wonder why I am so loved. I wonder why I'm so healthy. And so we jump in and we can shift. We can shift those old tapes. We want to take out that old cassette and we want to put in a new mixtape. You remember mixtapes? Oh my gosh, I used to love to make mixtapes for my besties and my boyfriends and family. Well, we can change the mixtape and we can put in a new mixtape. So every time you pause, breathe, and return to stillness, you're forming a new neural pathway. This is neuroplasticity. This is science. Repetition and intention literally prune old circuits and build new ones. Again, this is science. So Dr. Doty called this a superpower. Isn't that cool? And we all have this superpower. So the morning Qigong practice that I lead, the golden light breath, is the opportunity that reminds all of this is neuroplasticity in action. So my morning Qigong practice, which you're welcome to join, it's free, it's on Zoom. I'll have a link in the show notes at 7 a.m. Pacific to about 7:35-ish a.m. Every time we're remapping the brain. We're remapping the brain to support us. And then we're pruning out. The other cool thing is that you're pruning out the old neural nets that aren't working anymore. So it's like growing a garden. So if you're a gardener, you can relate to this. Even if you're not a gardener, you know what pulling weeds is all about. This is much easier, I think. Those weeds just fall away. So you notice that your mind is litigating against you and saying, who do you think you are? You're not good enough. And all of a sudden you stop. And I set my opportunity reminder. Thank you, Judy. Judy doesn't like to call it alarm, and I get it. See, we're remapping already. When we rename an alarm, which sounds scary, an alarm, we're taught means there's emergency. She calls it an opportunity reminder. And I love that because then when it goes off, and I set mine so it's like a pretty song or something that I really love and it's inspiring to me. And I set mine for every hour to create that awareness of where is my mind at. And I check it and say, where are you at? And if it's not where I want it to be, then like this, what I was talking about, my Qigong practice, I can bring in the golden light, or I can pause and breathe. And I step away from what I'm doing. I like to step away and change my location. And let's say I'm at my desk. Sometimes I can't exactly leave my office because I only have a few minutes, but I will step away. I will turn around and change my position. And I do close my eyes and I will breathe. And maybe I'm breathing in golden light. Maybe I'm breathing in rainbow light. And I like to put my hands on my heart and feel that light going into my heart center. The heart is 60 times more powerful than our mind. And our heart sends messages to our mind more than our mind sends it to our heart. So if we can bring messages into the heart, like let's say we breathe in this rainbow light and it's filled with love. Let's do it right now. Let's pause right now. And let's just inhale rainbow light and know that it's filled with so much love and chi sparkle. And breathe it in through all pores of our skin. And it moves through our body to our heart center. And we just hold it there for a second. And we see the word love. And we exhale. And we release. And we let go. Let's do it again. And only pause if it's comfortable. And then let go and feel your shoulders drop. The large muscles in your back are dropping. One more time. And we exhale and we let go. Isn't that amazing? Just that moment. I like to do minimum 3 breaths, but sometimes, you can only do 2. But I like to do a minimum of 3. And when I take these little breaks, I like to do 5 or 10 minutes, but sometimes I can only do a minute. So I put my hand on my heart each time, no matter how long I'm doing it, and I breathe it in. And then I fill myself with that love, or maybe it's joy, or maybe it's peace, or maybe it's solutions. Maybe you're struggling with a problem, with solving it, and you just inhale brilliant light, and it's filled with solutions and ideas. And I like to connect in too with my spiritual team. I think you've heard me talk about my spiritual team if you've been following the podcast. So my spiritual team are my gods, my guides, my angels. They're just my, the highest, my spirit within me, divinity, love, something greater than me. And I like to invite that team. I'll say, will you please come forward, and will you please support me in centering back here and calming back here and pausing. And then, let's say my mind was litigating against me, then I'll flip it. Whatever is the opposite. If it's like, you're not good enough, who do you think you are? You'll never know. You'll never come up with an idea. And then I'll say, I wonder why there's so many solutions. I wonder why the solutions are just flowing to me so easily. Oh, every problem has a brilliant solution. And I love how they're presented to me so easily and quickly. I am free to receive abundant solutions from the universe. I see them flowing in and through me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. My mind is open to receiving these solutions. And your mind will start looking for them. Your mind will start looking for them. So, Dr. Doty's daily pause. So, this is what he does. And this is his bedside practice. And he does this in the morning, like right when he wakes up, if I am remembering this correctly. But also, this is a great midday pause, or just slow down pause. So inhaling slow breaths. As you're sitting at the edge of your bed in the morning, you just sit up and pause and sit on your bed. For an inhale for a count of 4 to 6 seconds, and then exhale 4 to 6 seconds. And then while you're doing this, bring something to mind that creates joy or awe for you. This shifts you into parasympathetic, which is calm, open, and creative mode. He called this the state where positive beliefs become available. And they do. And what happens when you have these positive beliefs and you begin remapping your brain is you start to see the world in a different way, and you approach things in the world in a different way. And you're more open to opportunities and ideas, and even thinking outside the box, maybe taking some risks, beneficial risks that support you. You start attracting new people into your life, new opportunities. You're attracting them. They're coming to you. Or you're coming up with ideas of maybe people to call or to contact. Or you're somewhere like, oh my gosh, I've just been having the most amazing things happen for me. I just moved to this new neighborhood, and an old, from when I was going to university, our dean, I was friends with his gatekeeper, and she's just a beautiful person, and her whole family is, and I was friends with her son, and she helped me to get my first job in the film industry. I used to take the long way to go walk through her office because she was just so sweet, and I just loved talking to her, and we just really got on really well right away. And so I would go out of my way to go walk through her office. I didn't have to. It was kind of the long way sometimes, depending on where I was going through the school. And so I'd go through her office, and one day I was going through, and she's like, Sarah, oh my gosh, my son just called. He has this great job opportunity, and you're an editor, right? And I said, yeah, that's what I was going to school for, was to be an editor, a film editor and television editor. I said, yes, tell me. And so she gave me all the information. She helped me, write my cover letter, because she was just such a great writer. And I had my resume ready already. She read over that, and she QC'd and everything. And so we sent it back, and sure enough, I got the job. And then, so that was my first job in the film industry, and it was awesome. It was so exciting. But so we're organizing our garage, and what happens? Our neighbor across the street pulls in to the garage, and he comes over and he's waving, and he has a shirt with the university name on it. And I said, I graduated from there. And he says, well, I could do you one better. My wife worked for the dean there. And I said, no way. No way. I said, your wife and your son, and I said their son's name, they helped me to get my first job in the film industry. And your son hired me a couple other times after that too. And I used to go in and talk to your wife all the time. They live behind us. So the reason I tell that story is because synchronicity, like life will start putting you into the right places at the right time. When we're relaxed, when we're open, when we're running on this treadmill and going at, 1,000 miles per hour, we're blocked. We're not able to receive those downloads. We're not able to hear what's happening within us. That's why the last episode I said, wait, hold on. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Did you hear it? What I'm talking about is, did you hear your energy talking to you? Did you hear your intuition say, turn left here? No, turn right there. Okay, go to the store right now. Not later, right now. Unpack your garage now. Not later, right now. Do you hear it? Do you hear? Do you hear the universe? Do you hear yourself? There's messages everywhere wanting to guide you and pull you toward the greatest vision and version of you that already exists within inside you. But our world has gotten into this place where it just moves so quickly, and it's too fast. So we must be responsible for stopping and pausing and slowing down. And our calendar this month, which I wanted to open this episode, and I didn't, but I'm going to tell you now, we're going to talk about it, is relaxing and contemplating. So all of these things, and I did not know that when I recorded the episode last week about pause. And for this week, I looked it up because it is early July to see what the calendar is. And it's relaxing and contemplating. This is our intuitive calendar by Penny Makris, our beautiful artist. This calendar has been so accurate for me. It's relaxing and contemplating. It's time to do that. What I told my Qigong class this morning is I said, pause, slow down your movements. The world is moving so quickly right now. I mean, the earth has actually changed its axis a little bit so that the energy is really fast. So it's not just technology or people. There's actually a rush of really fast energy. And Qigong is all about yin and yang, so balance. It's balance. So everything's moving very quickly, very fast. Our to-do lists are overflowing. Pause. No matter how full your to-do list, if you are going from appointment to appointment in your car or errand to errand, just stop in the parking lot. Don't get out of the car. Just pause for a minute. Turn the car off. Turn it off. And just take a moment and breathe. Do Dr. Doty's daily pause and do the 4 inhales, or inhaling for 4 to 6 seconds, and then exhale for 4 to 6 seconds. And bring something to mind. And I like to, when I do this, touch my heart, like I said, and then bring that joy. What brings you joy or awe? And bring it into your heart and breathe it in and feel it in your heart, because your heart's going to communicate to this to your brain and your body. And I like to ask my spiritual team, will you please help me? Our spiritual team wants to help us. We're so incredibly loved. Sometimes I'll just say, spiritual team, will you please come forward? Will you please show me the love that you have for me? Shine it into my heart center, surround my body with it, fill my cells. I mean, set the opportunity reminder on your phone for 1 minute or 2 minutes and do this so you don't have to keep looking at the clock, and you just really let yourselves sink into this. And when you pause, you're also telling yourself, your brain, your nervous system, and the universe that you are worthy, that you love you, that you are worthy of a slower world, a slower life. Doesn't mean you have to give up anything. Not at all. Things will start coming to you and flowing to you more quickly, actually, when you take this pause and you slow down. I think you will be amazed and in awe of how life starts to change in and through you with this powerful pause, because what we have seen and what Dr. Doty has taught is that it also scientifically changes the brain and remaps the brain. So the opportunity reminder equals parasympathetic activation. So we set that reminder for every hour, 2 hours, and we pause. And then the golden light breath into the heart center equals prefrontal cortex coming online. And so the golden breath can be Dr. Doty's, and we inhale the golden light through all pores of our skin for a count of 4 or 6. We might hold it in our heart center, pause if it's comfortable. If it's not, let it out immediately. And then count out 4 to 6 seconds. And then the theme of Penny's calendar, relaxing and contemplating, is the fertile ground where intention seeds. So now we can set this intention, whatever it is. I want to heal my body. I want to heal my life. I want more love in my life. I want more money. I want to be smarter. I want to feel good. I want love. Whatever it is. Relaxing and contemplating. And then Qigong is the daily rewiring of those neural nets to support you. So the pause is the middle, and the middle is where the magic is. So I've talked to you about the science of the pause today. We talked last week about pausing and how quickly the world is moving. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. The information and the books that I'm referencing I started with Into the Magic Shop by James Doty, MD. And then I found out I had another book. After I finished that book, I couldn't put it down, Into the Magic Shop. I listened to my books on Audible. But you can get it, in paperback or however you like to read it, library. But I couldn't put it down. Because James Doty, Dr. Doty narrates both of his books, and the way he tells his story, especially Into the Magic Shop, is just compelling. I think I'm going to listen to it again, and normally I don't do that, but it's just compelling, his life and what he went through, and how he changed it, and how he changed it using what we're talking about, using science. And he changed it by things that we talk about in the magic in the middle. And then Mind Magic, the neuroscience of manifestation and how it changes everything, Dr. James Doty. So he wrote this in 2024 before he passed. Sadly, he passed because I wanted to ask him to be on the podcast. I have so many questions for him. But, maybe I can find somebody like his editor, I don't know, somebody to talk to about what he has written. I have so many questions for him. His work is just so amazing, and he talks about it from experience, from science, which I love, and then I bring in the spirituality, because I feel like from reading his work that he believed there's something larger outside of him, but he is a self-proclaimed atheist. And then the rest of the information is from Stanford's C-Care at ccare.stanford.edu. And I'll put all of this information in the show notes. And then Dr. Doty was a very kind and passionate human, and but not always. So check out Into the Magic Shop. He did have a part where he wasn't, and he talks about that. But I hope you take these teachings and you really implement them, because the thing is if you just do it here and there, you'll feel better, but you're not going to really notice a remarkable change. If you want a remarkable change, you want to feel awe every day in your life, these are things that are our practice, like eating healthy, exercising. These are our practice. Your brain will literally map new neural nets and support you. And it will litigate against you less and less and less. And not only that, this will support you in feeling safe. Your nervous system will feel safe and calmer much safer and calmer than this rush, everything moving so quickly, and your mind just ticking away at lightning speed. That's not good for our nervous system. So I love you. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And I want to thank Penny for her beautiful calendar. I'm going to see if I can attach photos of it for you. And then, of course, I'll put a link to it. So July is relaxing and contemplating. And let's go into July and take some moments for ourselves. For me, I'm going to take more moments in the garden to relax and contemplate. I've been doing that, and I've been having massive downloads, massive what people call coincidences, which are not coincidences. Like the universe has been massively showing me I'm in the right place at the right time. I can't even say enough about it. It's absolutely been incredible, and I feel so blessed, and I'm so thank you, universe. And please join the free morning practice. There is a link in the show notes, and you're welcome to join. We have a loving, supportive community that have supported each other through many things, through through lung transplants, through spouses passing, through spouses healing, through a year and a half long, thought they died, they lived, they died. I mean, just massive tragedy and trauma, but full on support from the community. What else? Different illnesses and depression, anxiety. It's a beautiful, supportive community. People don't come and complain. They come and support. They come in love. They come in joy. They come in happiness. It's absolutely amazing, and you will leave feeling invigorated and like you can do this, and that life is all filled with joy and ease and happiness, and you will leave with a whole new mindset. Absolutely. Whether you do it in your evening, because we have some people in Malaysia and Germany and Sweden and England, and then we have people all over the US who come in their morning. We have people in South Africa. So no matter when you join, you will feel the shift and the change. And again, I thank you always for joining me. I mean it. I don't take it for granted. I am so grateful for you listening. And please, if you feel like you're receiving benefit from this, or you're just enjoying it, share it, give thumbs up, 5 stars, and know that I absolutely love you, and that is why I'm doing this podcast. I absolutely love you, and I just want you to thrive. Thriving is fun, and that is what we were meant to come here and do, I believe, is thrive. So thank you, and I'll see you on, or you'll hear me on the next episode.